Being with me all the time. You know, she see my stuff, my new stuff, and all that kind of stuff. Especially when I do my single dates, and I'm trying to school her. You don't do your material around a lot of comedians. That's like stealing in front of the police. You don't do it. They mean well, but they sit on the side. Ooh, that's funny. Next thing you know, you see it on HBO or something. You be sitting at home. That shit mine, you know. But ain't nobody gonna believe first come, first serve. You know. So when you do new stuff, you never. I'm telling you, for you comics coming up, never bring your stuff out in front of a house full of comedians. You will never work a lot. Especially established comedians like myself, you'll never work a lot. I got too much pride. I can't take something that ain't mine. You know what I mean? I can't go up and say something ain't mine. The kick about going up there is making people laugh about something that you wrote.
Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. Do we live? Do we love, darlings? I have never been this natural in the 10 years I have been here on YouTube with my natural hair, with no lashes, no tips. I'm just rocking me. And guess what? I live and love it. In the last episode, a lot of you said, Fumi, I love that lovely hue pink lip gloss you're wearing. That is, my darlings, JUVIA's place, and it is called Kiss Me. You go right ahead and enjoy yourselves over there on that website and use my discount code Fumi. It's the nicest, softest shade of pink that I am living and loving these winter months. It's just giving me life. So Steve Harvey has responded. In my last episode, I had told you that I'm waiting for Cedric to respond, and I'm waiting for Steve Harvey to respond. Cedric has responded.
I saw that you did respond to Cat Williams.
Oh,
I hate that, Sadie. I hate that y'all, like, that there's any sort of issue.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know, it's interesting. It's an interesting time now. People get on these blogs and they just, you know, start just spewing off stuff that's not even factual.
Right.
But, you know, I let the fodder just go out there until I'm ready to respond to
Your
it.
work speaks for itself.
I am who I am. I stand on that, right?
Absolutely.
For sure.
Stand on business.
Hey,
Ain't that what the
come
kids
on now.
say?
I want to give full credit, because that's how all of this starts, stealing stuff here and there. Yes? I want to give full credit to Sway Aloe TV, because this is where I got the information from. Let's be very clear now. And so you're going to hear a soundbite of Steve Harvey, a response about KATT on Club Shay Shay.
Hold it, Tommy. Hold it, Tommy. So you a comedian, you a radio host.
Yes.
And now you got a game show? I'm finna go on Shannon Sharp's show and accuse you of stealing my whole damn career. I thought you supposed to go on there and enlighten people.
Okay. Then he went on to solidify things, just in case we misunderstood. He went out on Twitter to say, you don't have to address your haters. Yeah. You see, here's the thing. Do you remember when Steve was really heated about all the blogs? All the blogs. He was really upset about all the blogs who were talking about his wife.
I got divorced in 2005. But in 2005, let me hip you to something. I had nothing. I lost the radio show we were on in LA on March 23rd, and I lost the only TV show I had May 10th. I mean, May 23rd, I lost the radio show, and May 10th, I lost the TV show. Steve Harvey had no money. Out with Marjorie again, New Year's Eve, met her, talked to her. She was with her kids in Hawaii. We got together in 2006. We had nothing.
And she was there to support him, this, that, and the other. And he was coming out to come and support his wife. He was really upset and mad about that. And so for me, I just find it interesting for Cedric and Steve to not really address KATT and say, you're telling lies. As nice and as calm as you want to do it, but directly confront him directly and say, KATT is telling lies. KATT, you know that you're not speaking the truth, this, that, and the other. They haven't done that. They've just skirted around it. That, you know what, I don't need to confront my haters. Might I add, I just feel that that's a defense mechanism when you don't really have anything to say. Because since KATT has said this and it has exploded all over the internet, nobody, you can imagine, wait, let me just check the numbers. It's now 37 million views and today is only the 9th. We go all month and this is how it's gonna go. Not one person has come out to say that KATT, you're telling lies. Categorically that you are a liar. Nobody has come out to say, KATT, you're telling lies. And this is the same way it was with P. Diddy. When Cassie came out and gave us this shocker, not one person came out in defense of Diddy. That's how this is looking, if you get my meaning. We also have Ed Lover. Ed Lover came out to say that Bernie had never ever lied to him. Never lied to him. He was a straight up individual, and Bernie Mac out of his own mouth told him that Steve Harvey tried to do him dirty in relation to Ocean's 11.
And then he goes on to say that after he was supposed to be one of the new kings of comedy, that they approached him after Bernie passed and they wanted to take it back out, and he was supposed to be a new king of comedy, but he didn't want to go on the Kings of Comedy tour because of Steve Harvey's treatment of Bernie Mac. He has a lot of respect for Bernie Mac, and I love Bernie Mac. Y'all know Bernie Mac was a Who's the Man. Bernie Mac was a friend of mine until he passed on. When I tell you one dude that has never, ever, ever changed, y'all have heard me say this before, is Bernie Mac. Love Bernie Mac. And Bernie, the stuff that he said, Katt Williams said about Steve Harvey calling to try to get Bernie's role on Oceans and that kind of stuff, Bernie told me out of his own mouth. And Bernie, I've known Bernie. Like I said, we did Who's the Man in like 91 to 92. The movie came out in 93. Okay? I met Bernie during the taping of Def Comedy Jam. And I went and said, we need Bernie Mac in this movie. Bernie Mac has never fronted on me. Bernie Mac has never lied to me. I believe Bernie Mac when he say Steve Harvey hated on him.
There was something else that KATT said, and it struck me because it's something as a dark-skinned black woman we hear all the time. And there's colorism. There is colorism amongst us folks. He had talked about how Steve felt that Bernie was black and he was ugly. And that's something that I have heard a lot of the time. That the darker you are, the more unattractive you are. And the lighter skinned girls, the lighter skinned boys, guys, they are more attractive because they are light skinned. We also had Boozy come out.
Katt Williams a real bro. I came home, I ain't have nothing, bro. Katt Williams called me to his show, gave me front row seats, bro, called me to his show. And when I was leaving the show, I thought he threw me some in the car because it was wrapped up in a towel. But it was $15,000, bro. When I see him, I'm going to return the favor, bro. Whatever I got in my pocket. That dude did something for me, brother. I get emotional talking about it, bro. Like, I really needed it at the time. And I wouldn't stand nowhere. I mean, I was staying at a hotel with my kids in downtown New Orleans. I ain't even have nowhere to stay there yet, bro.
Katt Williams is the OG to have held people's attention for over 2.5 hours. That is beast mode for 2024. I don't care whatever you want to say. And he's an extremely intelligent individual. If for those of you that have watched it all the way, you know what I'm talking about. Do you remember the part where Shannon had asked KATT whether he had been married, but KATT was responding and kind of spoke over him? So KATT finished with his response, and then he came back and said, you were asking me whether I'd been married. And Shannon said, no, I didn't. KATT said, yes, you did. If you rewind the tape, you see what I'm talking about. As a matter of fact, I'll play the clip here for you.
See how you tried to ask me something about marriage? But then
I ain't say nothing about no marriage.
Yeah, you did. When you rewind the tape, you let it out. You was like, so you ever gonna get married? And then you took it back. It's okay. It's okay. I was known as the photographic memory out of how they operate. That's why they operate like that, because they get something. As soon as you find that out, you'll be able to cut off what they getting, and they will leave. Yeah.
You were married once.
Never.
You weren't married?
Never in life.
And it just gave a lot of clarity. A lot of clarity to who KATT was. And of course, they were drinking, they were sipping. And Sheshe was like, ooh, the drink. And KATT was like, no, you're drinking more than me. I'm very clear. I'm very solid on what I'm talking about. He did not hesitate one time. He did not hesitate one time. You can kind of sort of tell when people are telling the truth. You know, it's almost as if they are taunting you. It's almost as if even for KATT, it's a release for KATT to say, go on, Steve, tell the truth. Tell the truth. It was your show, Steve. That was why it was so important. That was why you had to have it the way that you wanted it, because you had to go last. He was there. He lived this. I am not saying that Steve out here in these streets does not have his own tale or version. What I'm saying is that Steve didn't give it to us. All he said was that, hey, haters, when you know full on well that KATT is not hating. Hating for what? He don't care. He don't care. And here's the thing. Not everybody has to get along. What I'm saying is that there's a lot that happens in the back end, in the kitchen. I am not saying that they have to get along. Every single network, I'm saying it now, ABC, CBS, NBC, would have lived and loved to have had this episode. But again, see, nobody respected KATT. They thought, psst. But he really is the OG. And I'm living for it. That's all I have to say. Guys, do not forget to like and to subscribe up here in these streets. And let me give you all of the treats that you truly deserve. I live and love you all. Let me take a special moment. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation brothers. How are you? How are we? I love you all, my brothers, and I appreciate you. Love you from the bottom of my heart. You know I have a son, so how can I not love you? Huh? How cannot? I'm on your team. Don't forget to like, to subscribe, and I'll see you guys. What? I'll see you sooner than later. All of my love.